Hi, Ross Guthrie here from 3Cubed. Just wanted to walk you through some of the advanced options in GoldMine's user settings. Today's focus is on security and securing your GoldMine data and some of the options that you actually have. So we have GoldMine open. The main thing you need to do this is actually in the user settings. And I've actually just created a secure user that we could clone for other users should we want to. So just go to the properties of this to actually go through how we can actually secure GoldMine. Main thing is in the access. So you've noticed I've turned off a couple of the options here. One is the assigning owner, issuing SQL queries, real-time folder. Don't see any point if you're going to secure and worried about someone, they shouldn't have access to all the activities and be able to see all the activities. Output to menus. This is an important one. So if you're in the contact search center and you wanted to, be able to output a list to Excel to have a look at the data, you obviously, if you're worried about security, you don't want someone doing that because it's a very, very quick and easy way of grabbing your data into Excel and being able to use it for not ideal purposes. So I turned that off. Again, if we're talking for a secure person, I'd also be turning off the net update connections. Now, a couple of things here. I have left the delete option on, and the main reason is if you do turn that off, they can't even delete a history activity or a pending activity, so it gets rather draconian. But we do want them to not be able to delete contact records, so I'll show you how to do that in a second. Editing, deleting others' notes. We normally may want to restrict that, but they might want them the ability to edit and delete their own notes. A bit of a compromise here, depending on how secure you need to be. The next step is otherwise access to others. So if you want to stop people from accessing other people's calendars or history, etc., then you need to actually set up some membership groups and then actually control what it is they actually see. So you might have a sales team and you only want the sales team to see the calendar for that sales team, not the accounts team, for instance, or management team. So you actually create a group under the membership tab, and then here select that they can only see the sales calendar. And the same might apply for history, forecasts, etc., etc. Under the menu options, we have here, I've got a one selected for secure user settings, and we'll just walk through these individually. So it's going to expand that. So the green means that they're allowed to access these things. The red thumb tags means they've actually been restricted to access these things. So you can see we obviously don't want them to be importing, exporting contact records or other data. Makes sense. We do want to be able to print a report and perhaps switch a user, so I'll leave that there. So I'll just go through quickly. Copy contact details, we'll restrict that. That can be quite hard because it is quite nice to be able to send someone there or be able to grab the name, email address, phone number, address for someone. But again, if we're really worried about security, then we need to turn that off. Let them undo. We don't want them to delete the contact record. So this is how you can stop them from deleting an entire contact record, whereas the other option against access would actually stop them from deleting almost anything in GoldMine. So it's just a bit too ruthless. So we normally only recommend turning it off here under the menu item. Scrolling through, turn off just different sections within GoldMine, different areas, lead management, literature fulfillment. Unless they really need to use those, we might as well turn them off. Remove the ability to see dashboards. Again, my logic is if you're worried about security, then you might need to do that. If you're worried that they need to be able to see that for sales pipeline and opportunity pipeline, I can completely understand. So you want to turn that one back on. Remove all the analysis details. You might want to remove them from ability printing reports altogether. Depends on what you need. Might be able to turn that one back on. Searching, they do need to search. Would they need to do a universal search for certain keywords? That's, I suppose, a bit optional. You might want to turn that one off. Now, for your synchronization users, these settings that we're just changing here in this whole section need to be done on the individual user's installation of GoldMine. Okay, not a bad option, and I would suggest you do it on the server as well, but you need to do it on the local individual installation of GoldMine. Okay, their sync copy. Very important you do that. You need to log on to that sync copy as a master user, make the changes for this particular the user in question who's doing the synchronization, and then set these settings. Okay. Now it would be important, therefore, that every other user in GoldMine has a password to make sure, and obviously a secure password to make sure that people can't just log on to somebody else as well to get around these security settings you're just adding. Common sense. We don't need to access services. Remove the ability for the additional editing of the database and more advanced functions that they don't need to see. Merging and purging record, get rid of all that. It would be handy for them to be able to access their filters and groups. SQL queries, again, we actually already had that turned off in the access. I might turn that off again here. Custom figures, record types, they don't need to configure record types. We'll remove that one as well. Leave printer setup in case they need to edit that so they can print from home office, etc. Otherwise, go through this list and update the details as per what you'd expect for your clients, for your users. I would suggest you follow these steps. This is not everything in its entirety associated with security. If you're really worried about email and email attachments, then it's a whole nother section around that, which is just too big for video. I would suggest you do give us a call on +617 3038 1000 or 1300 3-cubed if you're in Australia, to give us a call and go through these things, because there is a lot to it. Just like any security settings, there's a lot to security, and the balance is you can lock it down, but how does it then work and perform for the end users? What I've got here is a blend or a balance between too draconian and too open to be a little bit dangerous. So again, these settings are more for your secure user, not for what we would normally use for generic users. Thanks for your time. Have a great day and happy gold mining. Hi, Ross Guthrie here from 3Cubed. Just wanted to walk you through the very cool Outlook integration to GoldMine. So here we actually have Outlook 2013, as you can see. It's set up to be linked to GoldMine. The very amazing thing it starts with and hits you straight away is this GoldMine integration panel here. It gives you so much information about GoldMine for each of the emails you actually select. So here we have an email that I've actually highlighted, which is Tanya Wood. And I can see a lot of information directly from within GoldMine. So I can see Total Food Tech is the business that Tanya actually works within. I can see some of the address details. I can see information about that they actually have, what type of support programs they have, how much prepaid time they have remaining, her email address, phone numbers, etc. Really cool information. Further, I can actually click on that hyperlink, and actually will take me directly to GoldMine, which is even better. So from here I actually see information around her record. If I go back to Outlook, a great way of jumping between the two. So the strategy with how these two systems work is that GoldMine is your contact database. All your contacts, you actually grab the email address and details from within GoldMine. GoldMine is your master customer database. Outlook, however, is your main email database. Alright, so you actually use GoldMine for your contacts and Outlook for your email. So from here, I can see with this particular email here, I actually have these tick boxes, if you can notice. Okay, these tick boxes represent that these emails have actually been linked and stored inside GoldMine. So let's have a quick look. So if I go for my email here, I click on the actual hyperlink to Tanya's record, I can go to the History tab, and here you'll see a couple of emails, but there's that email in. There's that email in, GoldMine Outlook integration, sure thing, hope you have a great day. So there's just an email I sent to Tanya just to say, hey look, can you shoot us one back for this particular presentation? But I can see it's actually stored inside GoldMine. That email is this email here. Now nicely, if I wanted to actually say, look, I don't want that email to be linked, I can actually just turn that option off. Now go back to her record, and you see that email in has now actually disappeared. It's actually totally removed. Alright, so a great way that I can control what data I actually want inside GoldMine, and I can control what emails I want inside GoldMine. So, you know, big things that some people have, well, what about emails from family and friends? Hey look, no problems. If the email address for your family and friends is not inside GoldMine, then the email will not be linked to GoldMine. Alright, very simple. And if it's an important email from an accountant or solicitor or from your manager, etc., that you do not want to be linked inside GoldMine, then no problems. You just turn off the link off. Okay. Now, in some respects, we've had questions about, oh look, I'm the managing director. I want to be able to opt in for my emails to be inside GoldMine. I don't want every email to automatically be linked. I want to be able to choose, and that's fine. You actually just go to GoldMine, you set up the GoldMine integration. Go to options, and here you can choose whether you want to enable the auto linking or not. Very, very easy. There's all sorts of other options here which help control all sorts of other bits and pieces, which I won't bore you with today. But look, it's very flexible, very, very powerful, which is what I really like. And the best thing about it is it actually shows you information from your customer database system, your online GoldMine system, from directly within Outlook. Alright, most CRM systems don't do that. They will actually just show you that there's been a link for the email to the record, but it doesn't actually show you some of the information about your customer. Like, showing you what opportunities you have, what cases might be outstanding, what notes you might have actually logged for that particular that business. Okay, you've got information. The two are talking to each other, which is really, really cool. The same thing happens with your sent items. So if you go to sent items, you can actually see that we actually have sent items actually being sent, and they're actually being linked as well. So another great way of being able to display that information. As emails are coming in, this particular one here, it's automatically linked again, and it's linked to actually a companion link, which has been great and saves me having to link it each time. Okay, another nice thing, if I should give myself a little bit more room, we see we've added this column here. This column is actually showing me that it was actually total food tech. Which actually has that data. So let me see if I make this a little bigger. Oops. So there's the actual business name. So show me actually who's actually been linked into what business this email has actually been linked to. I normally like to see that because I like to see some of my customer information from my GoldMine integration. Further, there's also other bits and pieces around integrating your calendar between the two. So you can actually use Outlook as your primary calendar, but still add the appointments directly inside GoldMine as well. I won't go through that today. The main focus here is the actual email integration, and you can see how quickly and easy it is. As I say, when you're sending emails, another nice thing here, bring up the email integration. It's saying link to, use the auto linking settings, which is great. I can link the email to a new case, opportunity or project, and I can also use a template. So if I wanted to use a particular template we've already got, these email templates are directly inside GoldMine, and there's a great way of being able to use your GoldMine email templates and use them from within Outlook. Okay, you can't do that in Outlook. Outlook's so much harder to do that. Here I can actually bring up the details unless you find Tanya's address record. Now, the question people have is, yeah, that's all good, but I've got the frustration where I've got my contacts in GoldMine. Do I have to now turn around and enter my email addresses and names inside Outlook so I can actually have access to the two? The answer is no. Okay, what we do is within Outlook, we actually add the GoldMine address book inside Outlook. What that means is that any contacts you add to GoldMine will therefore be available inside Outlook. Okay, the only thing you might have to do sometimes, if I do a search for Trevor, I don't think I have too many Trevors in a database. If I do an Alt-K now, so I type in the person's name, do an Alt-K, it actually goes back into the database inside GoldMine, finds all matching Trevors and displays them for me. How cool is that? Alright, no double entering of email addresses into the two systems. You add it to GoldMine, it's available directly inside Outlook. Alright, so look, I hope that answers your questions. Otherwise, give us a call directly within 3Cubed on +617 3038 1000. That's +617 3038 1000. Or send me an email to rguthrie. It's RGUTHRIE at 3Cubed. That's the number 3. Cubed, CUBED.com.au. Look forward to speaking to you soon, guys, and happy gold mining.